Alright, so I got a new Jaymz guitar in yesterday. It's one of the Tempests, and it's got active pickups. Don't know if I'll actually be able to play it today because comes with a 9-volt battery, and I didn't get a new 9-volt battery just in case this one is dead in the box. But we'll open it up and see. The box shipped through, I think it shipped through UPS. But anyway, yeah, I should be able to label it. But anyway, it's got some things in it, but all the videos I've seen on this one, 6-string Stanger and everybody else out there that's gotten one and made a little video. There's another one, forgive me, I can't remember your name because you're a newer one that I've started watching, but you did a really excellent, and you're actually the one that kind of sold me on getting it because you revealed that it had stainless steel frets, and I'm in love with stainless steel frets. And for this price, which it changes, so I won't say how much it was, but it was $10 up from the last review that I'd seen on it. And I think that's because they've been getting such good reviews. But either way, it was still a killer price. And yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and I got it on St. Patrick's Day, but I was kind of too busy celebrating to worry about opening one. I had family and friends over, so we put it off till the day after. Alright. And just like everybody else, it is encased in foam. And doesn't look like any of the punctures went through the layer of foam. Try not to knock the stand over with that. Alright. Of course, got the tag with the complimentary cable, which they usually send pretty decent cables. Between them and Donner. Them and Donner both send pretty good cables. Good, this one had the whammy bar because somebody that I saw review it actually didn't get their whammy bar in, and had to have Jaymz made it right though by paying for them to buy a whammy bar. Awesome. It's a push-pull, I think, if I remember right. It's not one of the screw ends. Cable. The battery. 3 different Allen wrench sets. This also has a floating bridge, so it's probably going to be amazing if it's ready to play right out. It doesn't need a major setup. Again, for the price point, understandable. One of the other reasons I got this is that while this has a floating bridge, and I have a PRS SE with a Floyd Rose, and I learned how to set up with it. This has a Wilkinson, and I'd have never had a Wilkinson one. It's a floating bridge, a bridge period. So it'll be interesting to see if I like it better than a Floyd. In all honesty, I don't really tremolo that much, but if something were to inspire me, I might learn to do more with it. Mostly it's fun to just goof around with one. Well, the action looks set pretty low, but if you set one of these up like you set a Floyd, it's not level. It's kind of going down towards the bottom of the guitar. So that'll have to be fixed. But then it's also being floating, it's off with chain. let's try the neck. We get the gist, right? Okay, so got it tuned up, obviously. And this is a close-up, how pretty it is. And if you want more detailed, well, as you can see, I cut off and started back again later because the other video just got out of hand. And I wanted to keep the initial parts because it was the unboxing. But I want to apologize to Fulton Street Beats because I couldn't remember who you were. You want to see an in-depth breakdown of this guitar? Check out Fulton Street Beats videos, multiple, on this guitar. He really dug it. It's a really cool guitar. Unfortunately, I don't have quite as good of an experience with the guitar, not because of the sound, although like other people who have reviewed it, like Leo and Dan and the Tatted Bald Guy. Now, Tatted Bald Guy had a great experience. Leo and Dad had some issues, and I think they're not used to the floating bridges, which I am a little bit, but just not this particular kind. But where Fulton Street didn't have feedback issues, I mean, he really put it through a ringer with his amp and didn't get any feedback. I have not had that experience. The setting I've got my amp on now has been the one that gives me the least feedback. And I'm only using a Mustang 1. And I had all my other guitars, I've not had any issue with feedback. A little bit of, buzz, but not feedback. And some of my favorite, actually, guitar settings for these other ones, where I have a little delay on top of the distortion, if I don't have my hand on this guitar, this joker will start to ring really loud feedback. So I'm not sure what that is. I am using the battery that came with it, so maybe it's a lower battery, and I'm not really familiar with active pickups. So maybe if you don't have a good battery, active pickups do that. I don't know. I always wanted active pickups, but I've never had any before. These aren't actually EMGs, but everybody else has had good reviews on the active pickups from Leo Jaymz. So I'm sure there's something else. Either that or I got a bad set. If you think I've got a bad set, please let me know, because I got this through Amazon and I would like to get it back or contact them about getting something done about these pickups if you think it's the pickups. The other issue that I had, it's not a make or break, even though I'm not happy truly about it. I love stainless steel frets. But as far as fret, I forgot what the word is now. Basically, the fret ends are sticking out on every one of them on the bottom. Every one of them. It gets worse the higher up the neck you go, the worse it gets. That's on the bottom side. On the top side, it's a little more random which ones are sticking out. But there are some that are sticking out both sides of the fretboard. So I don't know what procedure. I'd heard ERT guitars. I've got one. I've got the Telecaster. And I didn't have any problems with it, but I'd heard that they pre-cut theirs and put it in. But obviously, if they're sticking out both sides, they didn't pre-cut it, because it's actually towards the thickest part of the neck. It's sticking out both sides. Again, it's not a make or break, because even though it's sticking out, they are still rounded really well, so it's not cutting. You just feel it. It's protruding. You know, some people it might really be a turnoff to. Me, not so much, because the way I hold the guitar, I'm not really laid up against it. I just feel it. And so as long as I'm feeling it and not getting cut by it, it's kind of more of an awareness thing. I'm sure eventually I'll get around to having a fret job done on it. But I know it's not going to be cheap, because stainless steel, and people don't like to work on stainless steel because it wears their tools out. But again, the price point on this is awesome. So spending a little eventually on that, not a big deal. I've also heard some people talk about the nuts not exactly being right on these. My nut is there, and it's not out of line, but you can feel where it's actually not the complete width of the neck. It's actually a little in. I can feel the fretboard. As I run my finger down, I can feel the fretboard jutting out just past the nut a little bit. So there's definitely a little bit of quality control issues there, but otherwise, man, this is a cool guitar. It's comfortable to play. I haven't heard any fret buzz when I play it in clean. I'm not going to demonstrate that. I've already made this video longer than I planned on it. I'm kind of new doing this whole review thing, but I just wanted to show that I had a little bit different experience. A lot of the good things are great, and again, for the price point, these are just minor little things, as long as the pickups aren't a major problem. You know, and even then, it's still, you know, pretty good price. But anyway, hope this would help somebody on their decisions. And again, shout out to Six String Stanger. You're cool, dude. Fulton Street Beats, man, you sold me on it. And Leo and Dan, I appreciate all y'all's videos. And the tattooed bald guy, I'm just starting to get into yours. And yes, I wrote all your names on the thing over here so I wouldn't forget. Anyway, everybody, peace out. Be great. And keep enjoying rocking, playing the guitar, and make yourself happy with music. God bless.